Okay. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, and your
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So we can start. So the other day we discussed about what is boilerplate, what does this doc type HTML mean, and what is HTML lang. Okay. So today we will start with HTML. What is the element in HTML? How do you create a HTML? Okay. So yeah. So do you guys have any questions with what we discussed the last day? Okay. So we can move into the next one. So I'm assuming there are no questions. Okay. Yeah, cool. So, yeah. So, what does a tag mean? So, you already know that your HTML has opening tag and closing tag. Okay. So, this is nothing but the opening tag, and the one with the slash is called as closing tag. Okay. So, we'll see some of the most commonly used tag. So that is nothing but the h1 tag. So h1 tag is nothing but the header tag. So whatever you write inside the h1 tag will be represented as a heading tag. So I'll just write it as heading. Okay, so let me refresh it. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so the heading tag, this is nothing but the h1 tag. So h1 tag is bold and it is the font size is greater and it is the highest of the heading tag. So similarly you can have the h6 tag. So h6 tag is the smallest of all, so it goes from h1 to h6. So you have h1 tag, h2 tag, h3 tag. Okay, and similarly you have h6 tag. So h6 tag is the smallest, you can see the difference. So heading tag is the h1 tag is the bigger one with bold and font size is also increased, and h6 is the smaller one. Okay, with reduced font size, but it is still bold. But you can clearly see the difference between h1 tag and the h6 tag. Okay, similarly you have the h2 tag as well. So okay, so it goes till h6. So h1, h2, h3, h4. So it keeps on reducing. H1 is the highest and h6 is the lowest. And in between, you have all the tags. So you can clearly see the difference between h1, h2, and h6. Okay. So what does a paragraph? So paragraph as in p tag. Okay, your paragraph tag is represented with p. So when you hover on this, hover as in when you place your mouse a cursor on this, you can clearly see that the p element represents a paragraph. Okay, so when you want to write some paragraph, let's say lorem ipsum or something like this. Okay, so this is nothing but a paragraph tag, you can see here. Okay, so multiple paragraphs, you can create multiple tags. One single paragraph you can write here in the opening and closing tag. Okay. Yeah. Is it okay? This is paragraph. So you can write multiple paragraphs using creating multiple tags. You can divide your paragraphs as well, however your requirement is, and you can just write it down. Okay. Is it fine till here? Okay. Okay, so we'll move on with the next tag. So next tag is now, since you can see there is lot of paragraph written, right? let's say this looks really messy. So let's say if you want to bring it on the next line, let's say after the paragraph, you want to bring it on the next line. So you can simply just write the BR tag. Okay, so BR tag is nothing but your break tag. I'll just write it down here. Okay, what does this BR tag do? This will just break your paragraph into next line. You can see after wherever you add BR, that particular line is broken and it will go into next line. Okay, so that is nothing but your paragraph tag. Okay, if you want this to also appear on the next line, you just have to give the BR tag and it will go into next line. Okay, so BR is nothing but the line break tag, and when you place BR, the next sentence would go on the next line. Okay, so as of now, we have seen H1, the heading tag, which H1 is the biggest font, and sorry, and H6 is the smallest one, and the list goes on from H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. Okay, so it goes on in the descending order, wherein H1 is the biggest one and H6 is the smallest one. So we use this for your heading purpose whenever we want to give the heading. Next is we have seen the paragraph tag. So whenever you want to write down the paragraph tag, we use this, and it is represented with P. Okay, P tag is nothing but your paragraph tag. So next is we saw BR. Okay, so now you can observe here that paragraph tag has opening and closing, but whereas BR is only just simply a single one. So it does not have a closing tag. Okay, so such kind of tags are nothing but called as self-closing tags. Okay, so these tags do not require any special closing tag like this, like the slash one. Okay, so only one tag is enough. So they are self-closing. Okay, so they just represent like only one particular entity, so they do not require anything to be closed. So these are called as self-closing tag. Okay, so the next tag that we are going to see is also a self-closing tag, which is your HR. HR is nothing but your horizontal line. Okay, so if you want to give a horizontal line, let's say after the line break you want to give a horizontal line, so that's when we use a HR tag. You can see here a horizontal line is represented. Okay, so again, this HR is also a self-closing tag, and it does not require any special closing tag to close it. Okay, is it fine till here? Is there any questions? Okay, so yeah, let's move into the next one. So next one is your image tag. Okay, so image tag, you can add the images you want. So I have this image.jpg as of now here. So I'll just add this image tag here. Okay, so image tag lets you add the images inside your HTML. So let's add an image. Okay, so again, image is also does not have a closing tag. Okay, so image is also a self-closing tag. So you just have to give. Okay, so whenever you're giving the image, right, image path, so make sure your image is in the same file as your index.html. Otherwise, your image won't be visible on the browser. So this is the tip that you have to make sure while you're giving the image. It should be in the same browser as your index.html. Okay, so we will just add an image.jpg. Okay, so yeah, you can see the image is being displayed. Okay, So you can just adjust this width and height. We will adjust that when we will move into CSS. But as of now, we'll just generate the image using the image tag. Okay. So now here we see something like alt. Okay. Why do we use alt? Is now, let me just, this is a image. Okay. So whatever I write in the alt, it is not visible here. It won't be visible in the browser. So the only time when it will be visible is, suppose if I give the link, if I give the wrong link. Okay, so if I give the wrong link, then what happens? My image won't be visible on the screen. So at that time, my alt will be visible. This is the image. Okay, so that people will get to know, if, let's say, if you're using the API, or sometimes your API fails and you're not able to see anything on the screen. So that time what happens is, this alt will be very helpful, so that people will come to know, okay, this image was supposed to be here. Okay, so yeah, is it fine till here? Are you guys understanding? Okay, you can just unmute yourself and speak. Okay, yeah, so we'll just move on to your next tag. Okay, so image tag, you can add any images you want, be it in JPG format, PNG format. Okay, so as of now, SVG you cannot add here. So it is a different set wherein we can add the SVG. So yeah, okay, always when you are adding the image link, make sure you give the correct link. Otherwise, your image won't be displayed. Okay. So now next is before seeing, okay. So now next is this A tag. Okay, A tag is nothing but called as the anchor tag. Okay, so what does this anchor tag do? It is also called as the link tag. Okay, so you can attach any kind of link. So it can be like www.google.com. This is not the exact link, but yeah, it is. It creates a link, and using this link, you can just open www.google.com. Okay, let me just write it down. Okay, so you can see here it is generated as a link. So when you click on this, you will go into that particular link. Currently, the link is wrong. That's why we are not able to navigate. But if you add a correct link, then something like this will be generated. So you must have seen in the website, right? So for example, this is not a website, but yeah, so you must have seen in any of the random websites, so you have footers, you have career pages. So when you click on that, it will navigate to that particular page. So this is also used for the navigation only. So once you click on that link, it will go into that particular page. Okay, are we good till here? Yes, I are we guys good till here? Okay. So next is your list tags. Okay. So what is this list tag is? So you must have seen, when you're trying to order a grocery or something, you create a list with maybe one, two, three, something like this, or you can add the bullet points. Okay, so there are, even in HTML, there are two kinds of list. One is ordered list and one is unordered list. Okay, so in ordered list, what happens is you have numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, and in unordered list, you have the bullet points. Okay, let's see the difference between both of them. So first is your ordered list. So you have OL. Okay, OL is nothing but ordered list. So inside this, we create our list. Okay, so you can just write any grocery item like rice, and you can just write dal. Okay, you can vegetables. So these are the list items that I've added inside the list, and you can see here the output. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3. So when you have ordered list, which is OL, you have the list items as 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now, if I add the same thing in the unordered list, so unordered list, the only changes OL becomes UL because of course unordered is UL. So in UL, when you write UL, you will have this in bullet points. Okay, so this is the only difference between your ordered list and unordered list. Okay. Next one. Okay, let's keep it as it is. Okay. So your next one is the pretty simple one. So it is just the button that we use on daily basis. So button is just what you see in the form. So it is created using button, and you can name whatever you want to, like submit or register, login, anything. So a normal button would be created. So we use this when we are using the form. Okay, so you can use it anywhere. So buttons are required everywhere. So any form you create or whatever you have, you can use the same button. Okay, are we guys good till here? Guys, are you guys understanding this? Yes or no? Okay. So till here, whatever the tags we saw, is it fine? Now we have seen your unordered list, ordered list, and all these things. So there is some small tags that we need to know, which are very basic ones. So you can use them in the paragraphs, or you can use them anywhere in the headings or anywhere. So they are just when you want to do something bold. Okay, so bold as in when you want to highlight something. So I'll just use this particular thing, and yeah. So this particular thing I want to bold. So I'll just add it inside the bold B tag. Okay, so B opening and closing tag is nothing but the bold tag. And whatever the text you want to add, you can add inside the bold tag. Okay, so you can see here it is highlighted. I mean, it is bold. Similarly, you can change the style of this. You can make it italics as well. So italics is nothing but the I tag. Okay, I opening and closing. So it will change it to italics. Okay, so just add B tag, and inside this add the text. Add I tag, inside that add the text. And next is your U tag. Okay, U is nothing but your underline tag. So whatever the text you have written inside the underline tag, it will all the things will be underlined. Okay, is it fine till here? But whereas in the inline element, only the space as much as text is occupying. Okay, sorry. Let me write it down. Okay, and inline elements are paragraph tag, sorry, not paragraph, italics tag, bold tag that we saw just now. Okay, underline. So, did you observe only that particular text was getting highlighted? Okay, it was getting underlined. It was changing the text into italics. So all these are inline elements. Even the span tag that we saw. Okay, so all these are inline elements and these are the block elements. Did you guys understand the concept of block and inline? Yes, are you guys there? Okay. Yeah, somebody is raised their hands. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, Sindhu, tell me. Okay, she's raising the hand. Okay, any other doubts you guys have? Okay, so we'll move forward with okay, so we'll start with table. Okay, so you guys must have seen a table, right? So table has rows and columns. So we can design a similar table using HTML with rows, columns, everything, even the header. Okay, headings. So tables are a bit different when it comes in HTML. So first thing is it has tag. Okay, so table tag. Inside the table tag, you're going to create a table. Okay, so as of now, what I'll give is I'll just give the border is equal to 1 because we are not using any CSS. That's why. Okay, so yeah, it is not created. Okay, so this is my table, and inside this, I will create rows and columns. Okay, so firstly, to create table row, it is something called as TR. Okay, TR is nothing but it stands for table row. Okay, so firstly, we have to create how many ever rows we want. Okay, inside this, what we give is TH. TH is what? Table header. So I'll just want 2 rows. Okay, so why we need this TH is what is the name of the rows you want to give. I'll just give name and age. Okay, so you can see here there are 2 rows, name and age. Okay, so these are the rows that I've created, and yeah, inside these rows I'm going to add the column. Okay, so name column is separate and age column is separate. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate out each row, and inside that I'll be adding the columns. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll create another row for okay. So what I'll do is I'll add the column. So TD is nothing but the table column. So here it is called as table data, but usually it refers to column. So here I'll just add the column. So name, I'll write my name, and yeah, age. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so these are the columns. So basically they are termed as table data or each cell value in your HTML table, but in general it is called as your table column itself. Okay, so you can just add few more table rows. Okay, you can just create another row if you want to, and inside that add table datas, um, like okay, so how much ever rows you want, how many ever columns you want, you can just create them and add them. Okay, not a problem. Okay, is it fine till here? Are you guys getting how do we create a table? Yeah, are you guys understanding? Hello? Okay. Okay, so this was about table. How do we create a table with rows and columns? So is it fine till here? We are good, right? So we'll move into next topics in CSS. Sorry, not CSS. HTML. Okay, so this is how you create a table. You add the data inside the table. Okay, so there is two topics in the row for your column. Your row for your column name, like name and age, and then you have your row for each separate name and age section. Okay, so let's use call span. So what do you mean by call span is you want to combine multiple columns into one single thing. Okay, so we just use tr. Okay, so we'll just give th the table heading. So you can just give something like student information. Okay, so here what you have to do is currently we have two rows and two table headers. So we are going to combine all of them together. So just give call span. Okay, you can see you will get this as a suggestion. Just give it to. Okay, you can see here both of the columns are combined together and under the one single heading, which is student information. Okay, why this is used is if you have multiple rows and columns. So if you want to combine the columns together, or if you want to merge them like you do in the Excel, right? So that time this is useful. Okay, is it fine till here? Are you guys understanding how do we use call span? Yes, no? So yeah, I think this should be better for today. So rest of the topics. Okay, yeah. So we can see next of the rest of the topics tomorrow. Okay. So yeah.
Thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.